what I know is like we owe Mr. Yano and Daiso a great debt for being the place we do all our challenges on Journey Across Japan at every single episode.
Wow.
Hello and welcome to the Abroad In Japan podcast. Probably the best way of learning about life in Japan without actually being in Japan. I'm your host Chris Broad, but joined as always by England's top Japan enthusiast, Mr. Pete Dawson himself. Pete, how the devil are you doing? What's going on?
I'm good. Just woke up to read some of the comments on the previous Abroad In Japan video, and somebody pointed out, well, a few people pointed out that I spoke about my shiny glasses twice in a row on the podcast, and I'd like to apologise for saying that twice in a row on the podcast, because now I've done it 3 times in a row on a podcast, so apologies for that. But I'm feeling good, Chris, even though last night I received, I think, my worst review I think I've ever had as a creator of sorts. It was from my dog. My dog came over to me. I was sort of lying on the bed, sort of dozing off, and my little 1-year-old border terrier, Sammy, Amiobi the dog, sort of, pootled over to me and put his head into me and went, I think I'm starting to smell like meat. I think I'm starting to smell like rotten beef or something, because my dog just went, yeah, that's the good stuff. And like dogs like sniffing stuff like dog shit, don't they?
Oh my God, what an indictment.
Terrible.
What an indictment.
I know.
It's weird. I mean, I never really thought much about animals until I got 2 cats, and now I just sort of sit and watch them and study them, and
what they're up
they're
to.
a lot smarter than they let on. They definitely are.
They're planning something.
There's something going on there. Like the cat Maro's older. He's like 8 or 9, and he's very perceptive. He just sits on a beanbag all day staring and watching the world
staring
go
at you, going, Chris, why do you not make more videos for the people? Why do you do this? Why are you sitting on a beanbag playing Ghost of Tsushima all day?
It's true. Because I've been sick all week, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I completed it. It was a bit depressing, really. I was like, oh no, this is the most fun. I've rediscovered why games are fun, which is both exciting and worrying. Because I was chronically addicted to Ghost of Tsushima. Like, I just could, every time I had to go and do something work-related, I'd be like, just another hour. I'll liberate one more base.
Just another ghost.
From some Mongolians. Yeah, and I forgot how good video games are, and it's changed my thinking a lot. And, I've just been ill. So if I cough in this episode, guys, that is why. I don't know what it was. Probably COVID. Everyone's been sick here at the moment. It's just, February's just shit, isn't it? I said to you before we started today's episode that February is probably my least favourite month. Nothing good has ever happened in February. Well, my mum was born in February. That's quite good, because that led to me being here. But other than that, and Valentine's Day, which is a shit day, other than that, February's rubbish. I've never done anything good for anyone.
What have the Romans given us?
Exactly.
I would say that, when is your mum's birthday, by the way?
April.
What? Your mum was born in February, but her birthday's in April. That's confusing.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I thought you said, when's my birthday? My birthday's April. Her birthday's February 16th, yeah.
Well, many happy returns to Mrs. Broad, to be quite frank. Or Miss Broad, however we want to be referred to.
It's awkward because every year I send her a birthday card, I think around February 10th. And then it takes a week to arrive. And it just doesn't. And so for 3 or 4 days,
awkward.
I get messages.
It's just bad planning, Chris. Just bad.
It is bad planning.
Chris.
It is bad.
Do it
I haven't learned my lesson in 11 years, but she's always like, oh, we haven't got a card yet. And I just get that for like 4 days. And I'm like, just wait a little bit longer. I didn't forget.
Wait a little bit longer. You're a disgrace. Chris, I'm going to remind you at the start of February next year, if indeed both of us haven't slipped off this mortal coil for COVID-related reasons and general, maybe my glasses will dazzle me and I'll fall down a hole.
Oh, not the glasses.
I will remind you to send your mother a blooming birthday card, for crying out loud.
Good man. And it's my dad's birthday next month, and it's kind of awkward because I think my mum's born February 16th, my dad's born March 15th, and they're 1 month apart, 1 day apart, and it always screws with my head. It's taken me 30 years to remember their birthdays as a result. It's just annoying.
Like
Why couldn't their birthdays
Day?
be different fucking days. Like, one day after another, 1 month after another.
It's one
just
thing
so
after
annoying.
another, says Chris Broad, who has to remember 2 dates in 1 year. It's one
awful.
thing after another. Well, Chris, I'm glad that you're kind of back on top, or back certainly in a position where you can play Ghost of Tsushima for about 10 hours on a beanbag. Because we were a bit worried about you, because I think last time we did record a show, you had a weeping injury out of your eye because you'd become allergic to something, and then you immediately got COVID. And we were going to record on Tuesday, weren't we? And you had to cancel because you weren't very well. But I'm glad to see you are back on top doing your thing with a slightly rotated camera angle.
Is it rotated? I don't know. I last recording, I wanted to be more intimate with the camera. I wanted to be intimate with Abroad, and I'm trying to get closer here.
You wanted to get intimate with Abroad?
It's my new series.
Film is this?
Rebrand the podcast. I've been trying to play around with the angle a bit. I like this. Walled in. We haven't seen this wall. If you're watching on YouTube, you haven't seen this wall in a while with all the pipes. I love this wall. Bring it back. Bring back the wall. It's been 2 years. We got a story this week from Ash from New Zealand. If I cough during this and die, it'll happen. Dear Chris and Pete, I've been living in a smallish city in Shizuoka Prefecture for nearly 2 years now, working at an Ikaiwa English language school. About 1 month ago, I was leaving work in the evening to walk home. As a woman, I've never felt fully comfortable alone at night, but always felt relatively safe in Japan compared to back home. I hadn't made it far when a group of men emerged from a side street with lanterns, banging 2 pieces of wood together and chanting. My God. In that moment, my fight or flight response failed me, and I stood rooted to the spot, certain I had stumbled upon some kind of cult or strange ritual. However, the group ignored me as they continued down a driveway, and I hurried home somewhat quicker than usual. When I asked my boss about it the next day, he laughed and explained that a group of locals go around in the winter checking for potential fire hazards around town, since it gets so dry. I'd obviously bumped into them during their vital checks. A nice bit of community cooperation, though I still don't understand why they have to do so in such an ominous way. I wonder if you've ever come across anything similar. What are some anticlimactic incidents you've had in Japan? Love the podcast, guys. Ash from New Zealand. That's a weird one. I've never seen that. No, that's pretty cool. It makes sense to go around and check for dryness, especially in towns made primarily of wood. Like the town of Sakata I used to live in, burnt down in the 70s. Somebody dropped a match or something in a fucking cinema, and the whole town went up in flames and ruined the whole town. So, yeah, it's probably a good idea to check. But
what's the clanking of the piece of wood? Yeah, why are they walking around with a piece of wood clanking, scaring the dryness off? Does that automatically bring the rain? I don't know how that works, really. Surely they should be going around with a big hose or a bucket of water.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds more symbolic than actually practical, doesn't it? I've got one of those things back in the 1950s room back there, and it's like 2 blocks of wood and you bang it together, and it's kind of like an old-fashioned Japanese warning or alarm using wood, loud wood. Well, I don't know. I've never heard of this before. That's pretty cool. No,
and do they have I've got a moisture detector at home, and I'm not sure it works all that well, but it's like 2 prongs, and it basically just fires out an electrical pulse, I think, and tests the resistance between. Obviously, if it's
cool.
water, it'll be less resistance. If it's just normal cement or plaster, no resistance at all, almost. And are they using one of those probes, or are they just touching the dryness and going, "Ooh, that's dry. Better get this building wet."
Yeah, Ash didn't really elaborate on this magical tool. Someone's just going around with a stick of wood just banging things. Like, it's dry, isn't it? Yeah, it's dry. It's fire resistant. I don't know. I can only speculate as to this magical tool. Clearly it works.
Yeah, indeed.
Anticlimactic instance I've had in Japan, just hanging out with Ryotaro, to be honest. Fucking anticlimactic.
Dry, very dry. He's got a very dry sense of humour. You got to watch out with Ryotaro.
Like to clack in with some wood. That sounds really sketchy. My God. Yeah. Don't know. I can't think of a single time I've seen anything like that. I'm sorry, Ash. You live in a very unique place. The people of Shizuoka don't play by the rules. I really want to go down Shizuoka. It's like one of those sort of areas I've neglected over the years. Like I've been to Mount Fuji and whatnot and Izu, but it's a really kind of mysterious place and nobody ever goes there. So we'd love to check it out. What's going on in the news this week, though, Mr. Dawson? Fill us in. What's going on in Japan? Somebody's died in it.
Somebody has died. It's Hirotake Yano, the billionaire founder of Japanese discount retailer Daiso, a mainstay of the Abroad In Japan universe and videos. Every time Chris is tasked with getting together, like spending $5 somewhere, he usually heads on over to Daiso, doesn't he? In a statement released on Monday, the firm said he passed away on the 12th of February and a private funeral had already been held by close family members. Daiso is a 100 yen, around about 53 pence or $67 store. Sorry, 67-cent store, similar to pound shops. Mr. Yano opened his first discount retailer in 1972 and was seen as a pioneer of the dollar shop business model. Obviously, post-war, the money was just flowing into Japan. I imagine it was a pretty good time to set up a business. But would you be able to start a pound shop empire in 2024? One would suggest probably not. Or maybe it'd be very successful because the cost of living is really, really high.
I don't know. What I know is like we owe Mr. Yano and Daiso a great debt for being the place we do all our challenges on Journey Across Japan at every single episode. I love a bit of Daiso. I do. It is the store where you can buy literally anything. Like, and I think it really puts the pound store, like what's it called? Pound shop, Poundland. I forgot it. Poundland, Pound Stretcher.
In Britain, it's always one of those shops that has a cardboard policeman in the doorway, and I always think, and I know like they apparently keep the amount of crime down, because if a shoplifter's going to walk in past a picture of a cardboard policeman, they'll go, oh, you know, the peril for me doing this, stealing a packet of milk is going to be really, really high. Apparently it works, but I always think it just looks a bit low rent, and I don't know why people do it.
I mean, they do that in Japan up the side of the road. Like I was driving down the road the other day, and there's like they do a good job. It's like a cardboard-looking police car, but it's got two flashing lights on the top of it, so it looks in the from the right angle. It looks like an actual police car, because you think nobody would stick two flashing lights to an immovable piece of cardboard. Surely not, but they do, and it works, and it does put the fear of God into you while you're driving around Kyushu. It works. It seriously works. Good stuff. Well, I've never heard of Yano-san. Like, I've never heard of him. You hear of like Tadashi Yanai, the billionaire owner of Uniqlo, or you hear of Masayoshi Son, SoftBank. But I've never actually heard of Hirotake Yano, even though he's done the most amazing thing, and he was a billionaire.
Keeps his head down.
$1.9 billion. He kept his head down. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to sit down and meet a Japanese billionaire. I did. I knew somebody who worked at SoftBank, and I was like, get us an interview with Masayoshi Son, the founder of SoftBank. And he did try and do it.
Have a go.
Masayoshi Son was like, no.
He's busy. He's bloody busy, for crying out loud.
He's a busy man losing his money and gaining his money. Like, he lost, I think, more money than anyone in history. The .com era, SoftBank blew up, and then the bubble burst. I think he lost like $50 billion or something, a joke amount of money, and then he gradually earned it back, and they lost it on WeWork, and then he keeps losing his money.
He put all the money in WeWork, right? Okay. You'd think that like WeWork would be back, but it's the guy with no shoes on. I would say that this BBC piece is quite interesting because it actually explains what Daiso actually means. It translates to create something big by spending very small.
Create something big. That's interesting. Yeah. I only learned yesterday that upper hotels, like Japan's I think second biggest hotel chain,
always pounding ass.
It's close. It's close. What does it mean? It's like always pleasant amenities. That's it.
Always pleasant amenities.
How mundane
They're talking about that racist book, aren't they?
I was scripting a whole segment in a video about upper hotels, and then I remembered, oh wait, they're like the most racist fucking hotel, like all the materials in the room. And I think they got rid of them. I think they got rid of the racist book. But
I think
don't know.
the
I
membership
kind of
book's
go and
still
find
there.
out.
I was there in we were there in one in like August time. They still had them. I don't know.
Little
Weird.
bit of why Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii was a false flag attack. Pearl Harbor was a false flag attack. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It's such a good book. The greatest work of fiction. Got to go back and find that book. But yeah, there's still a lot of like, big Japanese industrialists. Upper Hotels is owned by one man and his wife, whose name I can't recall. But when you go to Upper Hotels, you see they've got Shacho Curry, President Curry, and the woman who like runs it. They've got her face all over it. It's brilliant. I love it.
Startling looking woman. Loves a hat.
She loves a good hat. But yeah, sad news there. Sad to hear about Daisei. But long will he be remembered, even though I didn't know he was until 15 minutes ago. We'll be back in just a moment, guys. Your stories, comments, and questions in the fax machine.
Wow.
And we're back with the fax machine. What have we got this week from our listeners, Mr. Dawson? Fill us in.
Got a message from Kira. Hello, Kira. Hello, Cupid Chris and Plastic Love Pete. I hope to hit up Takadanobaba when I'm in Japan one day, whether it's by myself or with family or friends. This time, I'd like to discuss Japan's music of the 80s. Chris, you once mentioned your favourite city pop artist is Tatsuya Yamashita. And ever since, I've been so curious, who is your second favourite? And since Chris only just read this email about 5 seconds before we started the record, I can hear Chris tapping away to remind himself about the other artist that he very much enjoys. So if you can hear the typing, that's basically why.
Definitely not.
On a more serious note, what are your top 3 city pop songs? And Pete, do you fancy yourself some city pop? I eagerly look forward to what you guys have to say on this subject. Thank you too for pumping out such a wonderful podcast. I would say that the old Plastic Love. I can't remember who did that one, but that's the most famous city pop song,
Takuchi.
isn't it? There we go.
That's why he matched his wife.
Is it? Oh, they're a one family city pop endeavour, aren't they? They'll be billionaires soon. It's quite interesting because somebody sang the lyrics in English to Plastic Love, and it's not quite as impressive. It just sounds a bit lame. I mean, when you're listening in Japanese, you're like, oh, that's nice, don't know what they're saying. And then when they translate it to English, you're like, they're quite vapid lyrics, really.
What are the lyrics in English? I don't know what the lyrics would be.
There's a woman on YouTube who sings it rather beautifully. Plastic Love, English
I can't
lyrics.
remember the lyrics.
It's just about having a kiss. Just about having a lovely kiss.
I thought it was some. I don't even know what Plastic Love is. It's something about disposability of love or the cuteness of it. I don't know. I used to love that song. I actually sort of stopped listening to city pop about a year ago. I still play it, but like it's sort of everywhere. It's on like in every Instagram reel, every TikTok, and every Instagram reel uses the same 3 songs from the world of city pop. And I'm just once something becomes popular, I sort of run away from it. I don't want to associate with it. I don't know why that is. Maybe I want to pretend I'm special. Well, I'm not. But like when you hear like all your favourite songs just being stuffed in shitty Instagram reels and TikToks to people dancing around the street, it does make you think, oh, fuck that. It's been ruined now. We'll go and listen to something else.
I'm going to find something new, baby.
But it is good. My second favourite artist is probably I got up on screen because I always bungle the name. It's Toshiki Kadomatsu. He's really cool. He was one of the big ones up there with Tatsuya Yamashita. But kind of got off it. Really.
Let me grab a CD. I've got a CD on a wall.
Oh no!
I got a CD on a wall.
But yeah, Toshiki Kadomatsu. He's a classic. He's a classic.
City pop.
Here he comes.
Just at least pop. I've got I bought like a little mini CD from a crappy record store in Japan. This fella, Takeshi Kusao. Any interest? He's got a song. This 4 songs. It's like a mini CD. I used to bloody love those when I was little. Tiny little CDs. You get a little card. There he is wearing a funky jumper as well. Those of you watching on the YouTube. But he's got a song called I Love You, Snowblind, Ordinary But Happy Days, and then the 4th track, For My Better Half. So there we go. I might
where'd you
stick
get
that
that?
on. Find out what the hell's.
Awesome.
I did know it was 500 yen from a record store, and I thought, that's quite an adorable little package. I'm not going to open it. I'm going to keep it primo. Gosh darn it.
That's awesome. It's one of those things. I've got like a few LPs laying around. Like I've got a Metal Gear Solid LP. Don't know if that'll be worth anything, but that's over there. And I've got like
I've got the Shenmue
Game Boy.
soundtrack from back in the day. That was on vinyl. Really heavy vinyl. Lovely.
Lovely stuff. We got one here from Cam, who says, "Hello, Chris and Pete. After listening to the pod for many, many moons, I've finally booked my flights to come visit Japan for next month, opting for a cheaper ticket with very limited baggage allowance. I was hoping to pick up some trinkets and memorabilia while visiting, and was thinking about how simple it might be for me to post them back home. I am a full-blown, ignorant British boy with no Japanese understanding outside of hello, please, thank you. How to order a beer? Will using a post office be a breeze, or will it be a lengthy bureaucratic nightmare? Thanks for the podcast. I travel in my car for work and look forward to listening to you guys every week. Many thanks, Cam." I think it'll be all right, Cam. Actually, people at a post office, there's usually someone who speaks English, because they do get a lot of like packages and stuff that are destined for outside Japan. So I think you'll be all right. Just turn up, point at the address, and go, this one, please.
There's always one at the airport as well. If you want to just wait till the airport and just and there's always a service that will get your stuff back for you at a really reasonable price as well. I've had a limited experience with that, and great.
Did you
stuff.
do it when you came here with no bags? Because Pete came here with no bags.
No, I
last time.
didn't, because I live the no bag life. Hashtag
No
no
bag
bag.
life.
I think I should start being, like those people who have like little houses or go off grid and sort of camp out in camp vans and stuff, and just sell their houses and stuff like that. And like I might just do that, but I'll be the one bag man, one bag man.
Nomad to no bag. I like that. Good little philosophy.
Definitely.
Lovely stuff. We got one last question from Joshua from Utah. He says, "Hello, Chris and Pete. Part of my religion requires that I don't consume alcohol, coffee, black tea, tobacco, or any form of recreational drugs." Come
on, Joshua, get involved, mate.
Given Joshua's from Utah, I'm guessing, I think we know which religion that is. "I'm planning on visiting Japan upon completion of my master's degree, and I'm considering if it will be worth visiting izakayas for food and tea houses. I know you've recommended meeting people at bars in Japan, but considering I don't drink, do you have any recommendations for meeting locals? Are there any other drinks?" This is a question we get so often. I must say, guys, do not worry, do not fear. If you don't drink alcohol, coffee or tea,
have an oolong.
They will judge you.
You can't have oolong. Can you have oolong? Well, I guess caffeine's not really something. Yeah, black tea. Is it a black tea? Yeah, oolong is a black tea, isn't it? Yeah.
Well,
milk.
There's such an irrational fear, I think, of like, being rude and not drinking what you're being given in Japan. Don't worry about it, honestly. Don't ever worry about it.
No.
Go into a bar, order whatever you can drink. That must be tough, though. I never thought about this. This must be hard.
It sounds like caffeine in the. Is caffeine out, or is it just black tea, coffee? That
Caffeine's
sounds like
out,
caffeine. It's a stimulant, isn't it? So, I guess I wonder what the rules are on passive smoking with like religions that don't allow that. I mean, I guess you just kind of go, well, I did my best. I didn't sit near someone. You know what I mean? Like it must be quite difficult if you're trying to keep keep to the rules, I suppose, or the laws.
There's a lot of Mormons in Japan. I always bump in, like I'll be out in like an obscure car park in North Japan, and then I'll just run into like two Mormons, and it's just always like, wow. They often don't speak Japanese, and they're off travelling around, and fair play to them. They end up in the most rural places and have to get by. And they're always the nicest folks. And, don't worry about it. You'll be right. Just go in any bar, go in anywhere you want, and just don't worry about it. I
think
worry...
ordering a water in a bar is actually the coolest thing you can do. I'm not even being sarcastic. They're genuinely like, just get a glass of water and you just sit there and like, what's that guy up to? That guy needs to keep his wits about him. That guy might have completed the world. That guy's opening a 100 yen shop to compete Daiso, and he needs to be on the level all the time.
Yeah, just get some food, get some water. Actually, that
You'll
would
be
probably
fine,
go down
Josh.
quite badly. Don't get water because you got to spend some money in there. You can't
Yeah, just get some
freebie away
food.
for it.
Get some fucking edamame or something.
There you go.
Hey,
Keith's austere
Chris,
holidays.
I've googled Takeshi Kasao, the bloke who is on this CD. He's basically a voice actor who had a crack at singing by the looks of things. He's been around since 1987, and he voiced Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. Trunks. Actually, he's done loads. He's done loads of characters in Guilty Gear. Loads of stuff. Warriors Orochi. Remember Warriors Orochi? People were talking about that so much in the past. I think.
What the devil's
I think
that?
I think I did a voiceover for IGN for bloody or something Orochi anyway. Yeah. Interesting. Kind of interesting.
Didn't do any voiceover for Ghost of Tsushima, did you? That would have been amazing.
I didn't know. I did one. I did
Oh.
one for a pirating game for Ubisoft recently. It was a lot of fun.
Which
A lot of
which
fun.
one?
Enjoyed it. Skull and Bones, baby.
Oh, what did you have to do? That's awesome.
No, I wasn't in it. I was just the promo voice. Sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry. That was,
promo voice. I thought you'd hear
promo
you as a
voice.
pirate.
Sorry,
Pete.
Yeah.
That'd be cracking.
Well, I mean, the script did have stuff about doing jokes about like Tottenham Hotspur, and I thought we can't put that in. It's supposed to be pirates. Not keeping that in.
My lord, my God.
Yeah.
Keep your stories, questions, comments coming into Abroad Japan Podcast at gmail.com. We'll be back later in the week, guys, all over again. Hopefully my cough will be gone and I can talk a bit more properly then. But for now, have yourself a great few days. And we'll see you right back here, do it over again on the Abroad Japan Podcast. Bye for now. Cough.